It's title fight week. Is it any different? Is it just the same thing with just higher stakes?
Yeah, pretty much. That's about it, man. You hit the nail on the head. I feel like I got a few questions about that, and like, hey, does it feel like it's too much or too? No, it's just like, nah, higher stakes, same shit.
Yeah, and I mean, does it feel like the right time too? I think obviously whenever anybody we've seen grow over the years finally takes that step to a championship, it seems so big, but do you feel like it's just that's the right step? You know,
feels like the right step. Feels like nothing has really changed too much. If anything, I'm fighting a little bit later, fighting a few more rounds, and fighting a better guy. That's normal when you move up. So.
Yeah. I'm sure you have a task at hand. You got to go out there and get a win. But is there anything cool about fighting somebody like Mousasi, where it's like this is the guy I get to face? It's a guy that's been proven. He's got 60 fights, like a name everybody knows. Like, is that your?
Yeah, it's gonna put my name on the map. So yeah, it's kind of nice, you know. Gonna shut some haters up, even though I really don't care about that too much. But yeah, solidify my name. People are gonna be like, damn, Johnny's legit, you know.
Yeah. And I think there's also the factor when you fight somebody that's a big name like that, established, that like when you do come in and shock the world, it seems you get, but it's like the perception, you know what I mean? It's like a name thing.
I don't think I'll be shocking the world, but
yeah. Do you feel that at all though, that there's like some sort of added popularity that can come in?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
But that's not what I'm focused on. I'm more focused on like just going out there, putting on a performance, having fun, and showcasing my skills to everybody, and just for myself, because like this is my craft. And I'm putting my craft on the stage for everybody to see, and I want them to enjoy it. And also, it's like showcasing my craft on such a high-level guy and like executing things. It's gonna feel good for me to do. You know what I mean? If that makes any sense. Like when I do it in sparring against high-level guys ranked in the world, I love it. So to do it out on a stage like as big as Bellator's, and people are watching, it's even more fun.
Yeah, and obviously he's looked great in Bellator. I think he had the one loss against Lovato, and he's looked great outside of that. So What have you seen, or without giving away too much of your game plan, like are there things that that really stick out to you that you could
There's a few fights I look at that guys implemented some things that worked, and yeah, that's kind of all I do. I kind of just I watch those fights and I'm like, oh, okay, this guy's used this and this. I can do that and that. Like I'm very I have a lot of tools in my tool belt, and I can't wait to utilize all these tools when I go out there.
And I think another thing too is people kind of see this like, Mousasi just fought Austin, and he was kind of an undefeated guy, and he was coming up. And do you feel like this is like a totally different fight stylistically?
Different. It's going to be a different fight stylistically. Austin's very wrestling heavy, very very explosive guy. I feel like he relies on a lot of explosive maneuvers to take people down. I'm a little bit different. I'm a different animal. Like personality-wise, we're different. Like we're just different people. But yeah, kind of same up come up. Let's say he was undefeated 11-0. I'm undefeated 11-0. Same gym. We actually had the same manager at one point, or same management team. But two different people though, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. I guess, we talked about what he's going to bring and what you're going to be able to maybe expose a little bit, not expose, but show a little bit.
Yeah.
What do you think fans should expect to see from you? Like, is there anything you can kind of tell us about what you're going in there to do on?
I'm just going to go in and let it fly and have fun. Kind of like my previous fights, just blend my wrestling, my striking. Might see more of my grappling skills. I really haven't showcased my BJJ in any fights. I really haven't had to use it. This fight I might. Yeah, man. I'm well-rounded. I'm just ready to go out and show it.
Cool. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, me too.
You've been called the human cheat code.
Yeah.
You think you have the code for? I mean, based on everything you said, it seems like you feel like you've got Mousasi figured out enough.
I don't got to figure it out. I just think my probabilities of beating him are high, and that's why I took the fight, and that's why I called him out.
Do you think like the fight you mentioned, the comparison with Vanderford, did that fight reveal a lot of?
Nah, that didn't really reveal much about Mousasi. It actually revealed more about Austin and where he was at when he fought. He just seemed nervous and trying to get out of there in the first. And I actually talked to him. He was like, "Yeah, I was a little nervous." I was like, "Yeah, it showed, but that's okay. You learn from that type of stuff." I learned from it. I'm like, okay, well, I got to go in there and realize, oh, I got 25 minutes. I don't need to take this dude's head off in the first round, or the second round, or the third round. I can if the opportunity presents itself. Maybe I'll pull the trigger, but always in the back of my mind, I have 25 minutes, and I have a great gas tank, and I don't know. That's just how I operate. I try to be wise and learn from other people's mistakes without making the mistake. So I don't know. It's just me. That's why I watch previous fights too.
Yeah.
You know, other guys that lost to him but did well in certain spots. I'm like, well, I can learn from that. That's about it. Yeah.
So, just one last question: Where do you think your strength lies based on all the homework you've done against Mousasi?
My ability to adapt and my ability to pose a frame on somebody. Those are going to be the two things that I think are going to... And my gas tank. So 3 things.
Cool, thank you.
Yeah, just one question on my end. So yesterday I saw that you had an interview with Barstool, and you were talking about Sean Strickland being one of your sparring partners.
Yeah, dude, that guy's awesome.
But can you also talk about, besides Sean, what are some other fighters that have been helping you get ready for this fight?
Dustin Poirier, George Masvidal, Artem Levin, Alessio Sakara, Dalton Rasta, Roman Feraldo. Who else, man? A lot of people. I just train with everybody. Shoeface, Carlos Jr. What the fuck? Yeah, so many people. Too many people to name, but yeah.
But, besides, obviously, I know I mentioned Sean Strickland right off the start. Do you have any more funny stories about that? I know you said that, a little, the Kayla and Sean.
The whole Kayla situation was the funniest thing. Besides that, me and him just train a bunch, and that's about it. I've only known him for a couple months, so I'm sure I'll get more stories, but most of the funny shit's probably on Instagram, the shit he posts, and I heard he doesn't have a Twitter anymore. Poor guy. Yeah. No, but Sean's a good dude. I really like him. Great training with him always. Looking forward to training with him more in the future. And yeah, he's actually going to fight Pereira soon. Looking forward to seeing him get that win after I beat Mousasi.
Sounds good, brother.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So Johnny, you mentioned Kayla Harrison. She was actually named, she was asked to name a future star to keep an eye on from ATT, and she named you. How does it feel to get such a strong endorsement from one of the best female fighters in the world?
It's awesome. And Kayla's awesome. I love her. She always brings this energy to the gym. Sometimes it's a little much. Like I'm fucking coming to the gym like, oh god damn it, Kayla. But I will say this, she does set a good example for our team and for the gym and for the fighters there. And she always brings good energy and always uplifting people. And no, it's awesome to get that from her.
Another person you mentioned, Bellator welterweight Roman Feraldo.
Yeah.
It seemed like you trained with him a lot over
Yeah.
the last couple months. How has he helped you in preparation for this championship bout?
He's just a buddy of mine. We just get in there and we get after it. We have fun with it. We'll talk shit to each other in sparring. Like there was this one moment we were in. It was we changed sparring to Friday because the Miami Dolphins were coming in to watch our sparring.
Yeah.
Well, usually Friday's grappling, but Dan Lambert was like, dude, no one wants to watch grappling. That's lame. So we're gonna move sparring to Friday. I was like, all right, sweet. So I was like, hey, I hit up Roman. This was I think Sean was in town. But I sparred Sean 5 rounds on Thursday, so I sparred again with Roman on Friday because Sean was going to go with Artem because he's getting ready for a kickboxer. And yeah, man, we got big gloves, got in the cage. We did 3 rounds because I already did a bunch of rounds throughout the week, so I was kind of just getting in there, having some fun. And we were getting after it, and we were both talking shit to each other, and the fucking football team was like, oh, goddamn. But yeah, man, he's my boy. He's one of my main training partners. Always fun to work with that guy. High level kid, only getting better just like me. So, yeah.
And to stay on the American Top Team topic, you've had four American Top Team brothers here with you this week, set to compete alongside you on Friday. How's it been to have some of your teammates here with you this week?
It's nice, I was actually supposed to be at the Mohegan, but I chose to be at the other hotel because I wanted to be with my teammates and my coaches. So we're all in the same area, and it makes things easier and it's fun. I always like having them around.
And lastly, from what I can gauge from what you've been talking about here today, it seems like you fight, you're at your best when you're having fun, when you're happy. So what are some things you do to tell yourself to stay level-headed and keep having fun out there?
Not to overthink things, just let things fly, don't try to force anything.
Yes.
I'll listen to good music that, makes me feel relaxed, and happy, and, just don't take things too seriously. Just show up and show out and have fun.
What's the walkout song?
I don't know yet. I'm actually still working on that. Because there's a couple songs I'm like, oh, maybe this one, but I'm like, That's too aggressive, bro. Like, I don't want to come out that song. It's too aggressive. I'm like, yeah, but this one, all right, that one's a little too soft. And I was like, I'll find one here. I was literally just listening to music and trying to figure out my walkout song. But I'll probably have it within the next, 30 minutes or so. Yeah.
Mousasi's is pretty aggressive as well. I don't know if you've ever heard it. It's kind of like some techno, drum beat thing. So
Raving.
Yeah, but
I bet he raves a little bit, huh?
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah.
Probably. Those Europeans, bro.
Different breed.
Different breed. Good?
yeah, thanks,
All right,
man.
no problem.